All right, welcome to the non-AVP affiliated Grass Volleyball Awards. I saw that AVP was doing their volleyball awards, so I decided to do some grass awards that are totally made up. They don't mean anything. Please don't take this too seriously. Me and a few other volleyball guys kind of decided on the top three for every category, but I decided to make a video, talk about the players and awards, and let the people decide. So check out the bio. I'll put the link to the form where you can vote on the 9 given awards here. And I know you might be wondering, what is this poster? This is the inaugural Grass Nationals 2019 in Nashville, Tennessee. I was still playing AA at the time, went 1-5, didn't make playoffs, driving out of the tournament, saw this sign and said, let's throw this in the car. And I've kept it ever since. So, whatever. So let's start, and the events I'm going to be looking at here are Smashville, Pre-Rumble, Pottstown, Wapaka, Marshall Madness, the Dig, and Grass Nationals. I tried to pick the biggest payouts / biggest grass events in the country over the summer. These are kind of the events that I'll be looking at mostly. None of the smaller stuff, obviously no beach stuff, but again, this is all made up. Don't take it too seriously. If I hurt anyone's feelings, DM me, whatever. I'll apologize. I don't care. So let's start with the MVP, most valuable player. The 3 candidates will be Gage Basie, Nico Surgeons, don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, and Patrick Rogers. So Gage Basie, champion of Pottstown Rumble, the biggest grass tournament, biggest payout, $10,000 of the year. And also a 3rd place finish at Wapaka Boat Ride. Anytime this guy comes to a tournament, everyone's terrified. He's kind of Mr. Consistent, Mr. Smooth. He's just good at every skill. Doesn't necessarily excel anywhere, just good at everything, which makes him such an effective outdoor player. Nico Surgeons, this guy's attacking range, the angles he's able to create with his swing are just so terrifying and hard to read for a blocker or defender. And he took 2nd at Wapaka Boat Ride, and I believe he won Smashville. Absolute threat from the service line, attacking, and has the ball control to back it all up. Patrick Rogers, champion of Wapaka Boat Ride, probably the least suspecting team for anyone from a champion's perspective that anyone thought was going to be at the tournament. I don't think anyone would have put their money on that team, but Pat played so consistent all boat ride, and it wasn't a one-time wonder, right? Also at Pottstown Rumble, made the finals. It was Colorado Cupcakes finals, playing against his buddies, and that's no easy tournament. Basically his first year on the grass scene, so what an unbelievable run by him. Rookie of the Year, we've got Noah Gunderson, Landa Krause, Patrick Rogers. Noah Gunderson didn't really travel as much, so you might not know him, mainly an East Coast guy, played a lot of the ECVs like Pre-Rumble and Pottstown. He told me next year he's going to be doing more triple stuff, so keep an eye out for him. But he took 3rd place at Pre-Rumble, which had roughly 50 men's opens teams for doubles, and then 9th place at Pottstown Rumble for men's open, and a lot of people would feel lucky they're kind of rookie year to even make playoffs, and he's making 9th place finishes. Unreal. Landon Krause, Chandler and I went back and forth on Landon if he's a rookie or not. Again, these are all made up. Who cares? So I threw him in there. 3rd place at Wapaka. He made the finals at Smashville. I think he won Marshall Madness this year. And at Pottstown for doubles, they were 4-0 and had to forfeit due to heat exhaustion. And then Patrick Rogers, already went over him. Tremendous year. Best attacker, we've got Jacob Labouliere, a.k.a. Labou, Landon Krause, and Nate Miller. Labou, 6'9", and no one's able to block him when he's in system. He's going OT on everyone. He swings high and he swings smart. In college, he was trained to swing deep. He's not a guy that's trying to showcase how big he is and trying to bounce the ball. He's actually a pretty smart attacker. Landon, this is another guy who's not trying to pull the ball down. He 6'4" lefty maybe and can fly. And he will swing deep and hard over and over and over again. And then Nate Miller, really good showings at a lot of these triples tournaments, playing with teams where he's really the workhorse. He's getting set over and over and over again and consistently able to side out. I mean, he had a great finish at Grass Nationals, winning both the triples and the double side. I think at Smashville he might have took third. I can't remember, but all really good attackers. Best blockers, we've got Blake Leeson, Chandler North, and Jeremy Torres. Blake Leeson, finals appearance at Wapaka Boat Ride, and 6'10". I believe he went to Ohio State, and he's setting for the team. I think he was a middle blocker in college. I mean, that just goes to show how dominant he is a blocker. That they're willing to. I mean, he's obviously a great setter, but they're willing to pick such a dominant blocker and maybe give up some of the creative setting abilities and they were still able to make the finals. Chandler North, I mean, people always say Shane Donahue's the best under 6 foot blocker. I think Chandler North is a little better and probably the same height as Shane. Shane is getting a little old. Maybe the young guns won't know who he is, but Chandler North, go check out his YouTube channel. He won Grass Nationals triples. He made 3rd place at Wapaka Boat Ride. And then lastly, Jeremy Torres, Mr. Yo-Yo himself. This guy, talk about under 6 foot blockers. He's like 5'10", and he's full-time blocking in a lot of doubles tournaments. Whether it be Pottstown, Grass Nationals, and in triples, he's always a threat, and he will let you hear it. He'll chirp, he'll speak some Spanish. You won't know what's going on, but you'll be getting your ass kicked by a 5'10" Puerto Rican guy who will be likely intoxicated while he's on the court, by the way. Best setter, Caleb Queckel, Ian Kapp, and Thomas Hurst. Caleb, such an effective on 2. I mean, all these guys are effective on 2, which opens up the ability for the option, the set. You don't know whether they're going on 2, fake in, setting. All these guys, they're able to chuck up hand sets from 40 feet off the net, just throwing it up, no fear. Caleb, probably the most, they're all effective attackers. It's hard to say. Ian, kind of the East Coast Mr. Hands here. He'll throw it up in these old school grass tournaments, and he's almost never getting called for doubles. And then Thomas has some of the strongest hands I've ever seen. I mean, the pass will be 50 feet in the air, and he just throws it up, no problem, and it's almost never a double. But all these guys are incredible setters. For best defenders, we've got Gage Basie, Gage Worsley, and Quinn Zilch. Gage Basie, like I already said, I mean, Pottstown champion. Gage Worsley, everyone knows, Mr. Out of System. Guy made Wapaka finals. I mean, he's the defensive engine of any team he's on. I think he Smashville maybe took a 3rd. Can't remember exactly, but everyone already knows who he is. Come on, he's incredible. And then Quinn, champion of Wapaka, semifinals at Grass Nationals for triples. Again, he's typically the ball control engine of a lot of the triples teams that he's on, so really good year for him. Best server of the year, we got Caleb Queckel, Nate Miller, and Patrick Rogers. Kind of already talked about all 3 of these guys, but Caleb and Nate tend to both go with a hybrid serve a lot of the time, and it can catch you high. Maybe you'll think it's going out and it'll drop. And all 3 of these guys, especially Caleb and Nate, it's incredible not how powerful their serve is, but how often it's in the court, just consistent over and over pressure, where Patrick will go for a little bit more crazy serves. Maybe hasn't built the consistency quite as much yet, and I'm sure it'll come later in his career, but Patrick's serve, especially in big court, is just, when it's in, it's disgusting. I mean, it's one of the reasons they were able to go so far in Pottstown and Wapaka. Playmaker of the year, we've got Caleb Queckel, Jeremy Torres, and Lars Basie. And with Playmaker of the year, I think this is someone who maybe in clutch moments can make any sort of play, whether it's a dig, an incredible rundown save, an incredible set to save a shanked pass, and maybe put one away from 10 feet off. Playmaker is really whatever you can think of it, but it's just guys who can make big plays in big times when maybe it's not expected. I think Jeremy, as a 5'10" guy, he's putting balls away that everyone thinks, like, hey, that's a tight set, he's going to get housed. Bang, goes right under your armpits, bounces 10 foot. Caleb makes incredible athletic plays all the time, and Lars is one of those sneaky, consistent players, and maybe he's not the flashiest, but he'll make an incredible dig or an incredible set when you least expect it, especially to score a real point one serving. And then lastly, we've got best vibes. I got Giovanni Torres, Noxiously, and for the third nomination, just the entire Midwest. Giovanni Torres, if you don't know him and you're at Pottstown or a big tournament and he goes like this with his fan and it's the loudest thing you've ever heard, that's Giovanni Torres. He kind of is the heart and soul of Team Yo-Yo. Noxiously, if you don't know him, check out his Instagram. He's just a vibes guy. That's all I gotta say. He's just a vibes guy. And then the entire Midwest. I mean, you go to Wapaka, it's some of the best drinking, partying atmosphere you've ever seen. These guys like to have fun. They know what volleyball is about. It's about community. It's about having fun. Maybe cracking some beers and yelling at the boys, getting rowdy. But any tournament you go out to the Midwest, it's always a good time. So yeah, that's all I got. I will leave the link in the description or bio or whatever. So feel free to go vote. Again, don't take this too seriously. It's just for fun. But hope you enjoyed.